Walmart planters are better than ever this year. You're not going to believe what I found. You may think it's a little early to buy your Walmart planters, but it's not. It's the best time of year to get them because you have all the stock and you can pick your favorites. My prediction for the planter that's gonna go viral this year is this white dot planter. It's in this square shape, gorgeous. The price on it, $7.98. Now you can get it in white, or they also have it this year in a teal color. Here's a Kleenex hack to try with your Walmart planter. I think this hack works best when you have the long Kleenexes. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna open it on the side, and then you're going to just pull them out all together. Now that you have them, you're gonna take them and fold them down like this. So this is what it's gonna look like, and you're gonna place it into the planter. Then when you need to get a Kleenex out, you just pull it from the top. Another new option to try out this year are these scallop planters. They come in 2 different sizes. The larger one is under $5. The smaller one is just under $3. You can also get another color. They come in almost this royal blue color, 2 different size options as well. I have seen a similar planter on a high-end site. I'm gonna fill these planters with items I have from Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna fill them up with natural stones. Then I'm going to add in these succulents. I use these from planter to planter. They're the same every year, but I never get rid of them. So we're full with our rocks. Now we're gonna add in our succulent. You just wanna put them down far enough so you don't see the bases. I love this one. I think it adds a lot, kind of hanging over the side. The bubble planter is the viral planter. If you didn't get it last year, you can find it again this year. These are great to use around your house. It's priced right at $7.48. Not only does it come in white, it also comes in black, and we spotted it in the pink color. I can also see this new fluted floor planter being very popular this year. It comes in this black color. It's right under $25. They also have it in the color terracotta. The best thing Walmart did this year was up their game when it comes to terracotta planters. You're not gonna find these anywhere else. There's 3 different sizes in this new shape that they have. This is absolutely adorable. But my favorite shape is this one right here. How adorable is this? This comes in 3 different sizes, just like the other one, and the saucers are sold separately. I had a hard time choosing the terracotta planter I wanted to get, but I ended up going with this one, but they're so good this year. Now I'm just going to add in this air plant. I bought this at Hobby Lobby. I've had it now multiple years, and it works so well in planters if you don't want to use a real plant. It keeps getting better. Look at the shape on these little terracotta planters. It comes in 3 different sizes, and then you also have these larger saucers. How cute is that? The planter I'm most excited to try is this self-watering planter. It has a terracotta planter inside, and then it has a plastic fluted planter that goes around the edge. So you're supposed to fill it up with water on the outside. Let's try it out. I'm excited to test out this planter. Okay, so here is what it looks like when you open it up. So if I remove this planter, it's self-watering. So it says to fill it up 1/4 or 1/3 of the way from the bottom. The natural terracotta will absorb the water as it needs it. So we're gonna add in our plants. I'm nervous to put too much water in here, so I think I'm just gonna fill it up to about right here. So let's see how that does. Okay, and then I'm gonna place the planter inside. Okay, I feel like that's pretty good. I don't think I would put any more water than that, so it's naturally going to water your plant when it needs it. They also have this faux stone planter. It's made out of a plastic, but from far away, it probably looks like stone. It's priced at $14.98. Okay, I just spotted a Pottery Barn dupe. This drip style planter you can find on Pottery Barn's website. This larger one, it's an 8-inch one, under $10. They also have it in the 6-inch for $7.24. This planter also comes in the color blue. You guys, there's even more new planters. This one is a terracotta planter. It's pretty large. It's 8 inches, again, under $10. I'm seeing it over here in this black color, same price, and they have a smaller version that's 6-inch. I'm noticing that with a lot of the Walmart planters. They usually do an 8-inch and a 6-inch. Another scallop planter, you guys. This one is made out of like a plastic material. It's $10.44. My store has it in blue. They also have a cream option. If you love checkered print, you can get it on this planter. They also have it in a gray color. If you're looking for a print, I think this would be a great option. Now, I love the colors. This one is $6.48, and I think it would look gorgeous sitting out. Let's turn this Walmart planter into a candle holder. So you're gonna take your planter and just turn it upside down. You can use any topper for this. This is a piece I got at Dollar Tree. It's just $1.25. So I'm gonna add E6000 around the top edge. The last time I was shopping at Walmart, I found a new E6000. This one's called Quick Hold, and it's supposed to dry faster. So I'm excited to try this out. And everything I'm showing you in today's video will be linked for you down in the description box below. Then you're just going to place this down and make sure it's as centered as possible. Once this has a chance to dry, you can add on your candles and style it in your home. These candles are my favorite on Amazon. They're by the brand Melt. I'll link them for you as well. This plant stand is gorgeous. It's priced right under $20. You could use it indoor or outdoor, and you could really put any plant on here. I like the gritty texture on the bottom of this Better Homes and Gardens planter. It has a lot of great stone finish to it. It's priced right under $10. I'm loving this new planter. It's got this great gritty texture on the bottom. You could buy a plant to put in here, but let me show you how you can make a faux plant. I'm gonna start by putting rocks at the bottom. These are Dollar Tree rocks. I used about 4, maybe 3.5 bags of Dollar Tree rocks. Next, I'm gonna use some Dollar Tree succulents and place those in. Just pick out your favorite ones and add them to your arrangement. If you missed out on the egg chair, Walmart has a new option this year. They just put it together, so I'm not even sure of the price. We'll look it up for you. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Comment the word of the day, which is planter. This is my absolute favorite planter here at Walmart. I've had it now for years, and you can use it all over your house. I love making succulent bowls and arrangements. I think they look so pretty. This is one that I did, I don't even know, a few months ago. This is a light globe that I got from the Restore, and then I just have a Dollar Tree plate underneath here. I put in some of my favorite plants that I got at Walmart, and it is thriving. It is going so good. I love it. I wanted to try to recreate another one for you. Hopefully this one will be even bigger. This planter is one you could get at Walmart, but honestly, you could use anything. Anything with a large bowl or base to it is going to be perfect. So I'm going to start by putting in some filler. So I got a package this morning, and I'm going to use this as my base around the edge. Next, I'm gonna add in sheet moss. I've used this before. It's from Lowe's, and I'm gonna concentrate on the edges. If I need to add more once I add in my succulents, that's okay. But I'm just gonna try to get a base down with my moss. Now, I definitely recommend going with the sheet moss over loose moss, because you can see how I put in that entire piece and it's not completely broken up. Yes, it is messy, but just broken up moss is going to be a lot messier than the sheet moss. At this step, we've kind of created a donut of moss. Now we're gonna try adding in our plants. Now, you may have to add in things to kind of support and hold your plants up, but we're gonna keep these in the container. These are the ones I picked up from Walmart. You can get a variety of succulents, whatever speaks to you. So you're gonna figure out which plant you want to go in the center, place that one in. I'm actually gonna start with a couple, and you're going to kind of push those down into your grouping. Now, these little ones are great because they're going to be smaller, but they're gonna be good to add to the edges, or if you have a center area where you need a little bit of height, these will be good. So we kind of got all of our succulents in here. I just kind of smushed them in until I was happy with the way they look. Now what I want to show you is, you can see the containers in the back here. So that's what we need to cover. So now what we're gonna do is go in with our moss and almost break it up and make it into smaller pieces, or you may in some cases just want loose moss, and your goal is to cover those black containers that are sticking out. You don't want to be able to see those in your arrangement. All right, here it is all done. You guys, this was so easy to put together. I know you could recreate this at home. Of all the planters I have, I feel like these look so high end. I move them around my house all the time. They're great with real plants, or you could use faux. This twisted black planter is a staple here. Again, you're gonna get it in the 6-inch and 8-inch size. They're right under $9 for the larger one, under $7 for the other one. This twisted planter is so unique and looks perfect styled in my home. They have a new floral line out for all of your gloves. And then they also have this adorable watering can. It's under $5. How good is this planter? It comes in 2 different sizes. It has a real great distressed look to it. I'm gonna remove the tags from the baby's breath. Next, I took each of the florals and just spread them out so I made them as full as possible. Then I bent the stems down at the bottom, and I'll place all 3 stems into my container. Next, I went through and fluffed out the stems so they looked really cohesive, and I'll show you how I styled it in my home. This planter is under $10. It comes in this gray finish. It has a scallop border, and it's perfect for putting in succulents. Now with the gray planter, I wanted to put some succulents in here. You could actually put real or faux succulents. I'm gonna be using faux ones from Dollar Tree. I started by filling up the base with some rocks. I have this big container of rocks from Dollar Tree, so I just started putting some of those in there. These are my succulents and kind of stems that I have from Dollar Tree in various places, so I pulled out the ones that I wanted to use. I'm gonna start placing the succulents around my container, kind of varying the sizes and shapes. I came in with a few stems from Dollar Tree. This piece would look great in your home on a side table or coffee table. There's so many fun things you can do with plant saucers. I love all the texture on this plant saucer, so I don't want to completely cover it up, but I'm going to add to it a bit. I'm going to be using a sample paint I had in the color Creamy White. And like I said earlier, the scalloped border is so popular right now, so I wanted to do kind of a scallop trim with my paint. So I'm gonna do a straight line across, and then I'm going to just use my brush to create a scallop border. I'm gonna fill in the rest of the edge with the paint. I didn't wanna do 2 coats, so I just did a thick first coat and then came in and added paint wherever I had an area that needed a little bit more. You could use this as a tray for keys. You could also use it for jewelry. You can also put together your own plant stand with items here at Walmart. This tray is so gorgeous. You could keep it the way it is, even put in the legs that come with it, but I wanted to make it a little bit taller. So with this plant stand that I picked up, I'm gonna be spray painting it outside. So I used a flat black spray paint and I sprayed the underside and I let that dry completely. Now to attach my tray to my plant stand, I'm gonna be putting E6000 along the edge, and then I'll place the planter on top. Let that dry completely overnight and make sure you add in more E6000 along the edges. The next day you can style it outside or in your home. This would look great as an end table, or you could use it as a plant stand. Don't forget, you can use planters to organize around your house as well. So I didn't want to add much to these planters, but on the front of them, I'm just going to put some wood cutouts that I picked up at Dollar Tree. They were super affordable. They're out now for spring. And I'm going to hot glue 3 of the flowers to the front of my container. Now I was trying to figure out what I wanted to use this for, and
I just kept thinking it would look perfect in my bathroom to organize all of my makeup brushes. So I'm going to put in some rocks from Dollar Tree, but you could put in beans or any kind of faux rock that you may have at the base. I can place all of my makeup brushes in here and it looks so pretty.
They also have this version for under $10. This is another herb planter, but you don't have to use it for herbs. There's a lot of other options for these.
This white herb planter would look gorgeous with herbs, but I was trying to think outside of the box. I thought it would be great sitting out in your bathroom. You could put all of your toothbrushes in here and it would keep them nice and organized.
The planter you guys probably see the most in my house is this one because it's behind me in every video I film in the living room. Now, I just have a plant sitting in this bowl. I think this bowl is gorgeous. It is plastic, so it's kind of a faux terracotta, but the price on it, it's right under $11. This terracotta bowl I feel like is going to be great sitting out in the middle of my kitchen table. I wanted to put some stems in here. Another thing you could do is always add fruit or, maybe some decorative items in here. These are little succulents that I got at Hobby Lobby. I have several of them. I just pulled them out of my craft room. So I'm gonna try to put these around the bowl and see how they look. So whenever you're doing this, you wanna start by going around the edge first. And then the great part about these is they bend down at the bottom, so you can kind of bend them so that they fit in well. I'm not adding any rocks or anything to the bottom. They have an expandable plant stand that's supposed to hold up to 11-inch planters. The Better Homes and Gardens terrariums are back this year, right under $20. Now, I'd probably pick up my plant mister at Dollar Tree. We found them this year for $1.25. This one's a little fancier, but I don't think it's worth the price at $8. These are fancy plant stakes. It looks like you get two, and they're pretty cute. Okay, this would completely scare me. I would be so worried that my plants were gonna fall off the window. What do you guys think? Okay, these plant markers are pretty funny. It's a little early to be talking about outdoor furniture, but I feel like this plant stand set with the two tables and then you get concrete toppers is nice. These watering cans are pretty cute for just $4.97. This black and gold planter caught my eyes. Now this is a great one because you can have it sitting out on the floor. This one's $20.44. If you're looking for colorful planters, there's really so many great options. This sage green one is right under $10 and would look so pretty with a plant in it. This black planter basket is back again this year. You just add the legs to the bottom. It's right under $30. You can get it in black or this rattan color. If you plan on using more than one planter on each side of your grouping, this black rattan planter is great because it has legs. So it's going to put that plant up a little bit higher and give variation in height. This wave white planter is always popular. You can use it to plant indoor or outdoor, and it's priced at $23.48. I love buying these large planters, but sometimes it can take a lot of money to fill them up. So an inexpensive hack you can do is to take your pool noodle and wrap it around the bottom of your planter. This is gonna fill up the space. And to take it a step farther, you can use a hanging plant to put in this planter. All you have to do is just cut off the top part of the hanging planter and place it into your pot. You would never know this was originally a hanging planter. I'll add in these gorgeous shrubs to both of my white planters. Next, I'll put them on either side of my front door. Walmart really does have so many cool basket planters. Now this planter, it says you can use it indoor or outdoor. I love the look of it. So I'm gonna show you how to put this together. Now, not only could you use this as a planter, you could use it as a fun basket, or you could flip it over, put a light in here, use it as a hanging light. Like, there's so many options for this. So this planter I bought last year, it's one of my favorite planters. I'm gonna put this inside. Because it's so see-through, you wanna make sure you have kind of a pretty planter inside of here. And let's go style it. Walmart has this really nice Better Homes and Garden plant stand. It's just $14.88. It's really easy to put together. You just add on the legs and then you can style it with your favorite decor. Walmart has a lot of great outdoor planters. It's great that you can buy your planters and your plants at the same location. So I love to take my planter outside and then I'm just going to place the plants in there and make sure they're gonna look great. There's so many great planter hacks you can do. One of my favorites is to use a pool noodle to save money. And it also helps with drainage. So you can cut off pieces of your pool noodle and place them at the bottom of any planter. It's gonna save you money because you're not using as much potting soil, plus provide that drainage with these holes. I had to pick up some potting mix and I really like this Miracle-Gro one. I'm loving this new seed sower that I got on walmart.com. It's very sleek, so it's great for putting soil in here, but it's really good to get around the edges of your flowers if you need to plant. I'm gonna fill up the planter about halfway with potting mix. Now this is a hack you can try whenever you're planting your flowers. With all those pretty flowers that I bought, I'm gonna place them around my planter. Next, I'm gonna fill in around the edges with my potting mix. Now the hack here is when you remove those flowers, you're gonna have a nice holes that you can put your planter in, so you don't have to dig down to plant your flowers. If you don't like seeing your hose sitting outside, here's a hack. Grab one of these really cute planters at Walmart. Drill a hole in the side that's big enough for your hose to fit through. Next, you can set this planter next to where your faucet is, put the hose inside, and then anytime you need to use your hose, you can pull it out. And then when it's time to put it away, it's gonna fit nicely in the planter. Remember when I showed you how to create an outdoor table using a Walmart planter and a pizza pan? That's one of my favorite hacks and it looks so good on your patio. But if you're unable to find that viral planter, I wanted to come over here to the planter section and see if there was another planter that might work. So I went over and grabbed the same pizza pan that I used in that original hack, and I'm gonna look and see what planter is gonna work. I feel like this planter could work. It's going to hang over a little bit, but if you painted it white, it would be perfect. Let's keep looking. Okay, that one fits perfectly. This planter would be another great option.
I wanted some large planters and I found these larger ones. Now they're $20, great size, and I love the fluted detail on the edge. So I picked up 2 of those planters. Now to give it a concrete look, I picked up a product called Ready Mix Stucco. I will link it for you down below. But the way this works is you're going to put a little bit of stucco out on a plate, and I found that I needed to mix it with a little bit of water, really not a lot of water. You're just going to want to make it a little bit more runny so that you can apply the product. Once it's a little bit runnier, I simply started to paint it onto each of my planters, starting at that bottom area, and then I went around to the top area. The stucco doesn't take very long to dry, maybe about an hour. So I'm gonna put a first layer on both of my planters. Then I'm gonna come back and do a second layer. Now the great thing about the stucco is it hardens really well and it creates this really rough texture appearance. Next, I wanted to paint the planters in a cement color. And if you guys have been watching me DIY, you know that I usually go to Home Depot and get several sample paints. So I picked out one of my best sample paints in kind of like a grayish brown color, and I did 1 coat over the entire piece. Now, after that was dry, it was a little light for me, so I wanted to darken it up a little bit. So I brought in kind of a black color and mixed that with my paint. And then I lightly brushed that over my entire piece. Now, if you have any areas where maybe you put too much dark paint, you can always go back in and add a little bit more of your gray-brown color. Really, any color you want will work for this. Just kind of use the colors that work best in your home. My final step was to put a sealer on it because these are going to be sitting outside. Now, how can you style these outside? Well, I've really been loving the faux plants this year. I know that you can buy ferns at the store, but I was looking for something that maybe I could use year after year. So to start my planters out, I'm gonna put them on either side of my front door. I'm gonna add some rocks to the bottom because I live in Missouri and it gets windy here. I'm also going to be using some foam to put in my faux florals. Now I picked up 2 packs of these faux ferns on Amazon. I'll link them for you down below, but you're simply going to take the ferns out of the pack, shake them around, and then place them into the foam. If you need to add additional rocks, you can. You can move the florals till you're happy with them, and here's how they turned out. Let's create an outdoor rug for my front steps. Now, there are so many different stencils out there, so you can really find something to fit your needs. I found this stencil on Amazon that I wanted to use. It's actually a floor stencil. So if you're looking for ideas, that may be an area you want to look is in floor stencils. I have also found that one of the most affordable places where you can get a large rug that's good quality is at IKEA. So I picked up one of these large plain rugs from IKEA, and I was kind of trying to figure out how I wanted to do my stencil. I decided that I just wanted to do the stencil in the middle. So this came with 2 floor stencils. So I put them on top of each other. Then I used some painter's tape to hold it in place. Now for my paint color, I went with this really pretty green color I had in a sample paint. I'm gonna be using a brush to apply it. When you're applying paint to rugs like this, you don't really need to go in a straight pattern. I have found that you can stipple the paint on. Also, you can swirl your brush as well to kind of evenly distribute the paint. You're gonna put 1 coat of paint on your stencil. If you see some areas where you feel like there's not a lot of paint, you could immediately go back in and add a little bit more. Let that dry, and then you can remove your stencil. I like to do a clear coat to just make my rugs last longer. I found this product last year, I believe it was last year. It's called Flex Seal, and this works great. It really does a great job of making your rugs last longer, and they're so much more vibrant.
Let me know down in the comments which planters you'll be picking up the next time you shop at Walmart, and make sure you subscribe because I want to see you back here, and I'll see you in our next one. Bye.